Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anna and today I'm here to share with you 10 hacks to make your life easier as a homemaker. Whether you are a busy mom looking for a new schedule or you're looking for ways to stay more organized, these tips are really going to help you. The first hack is to create a family command center, and that is somewhere that wherever the family gathers, they are aware or they get to see what the schedule is for the day or for the week. They get to know what they have to do, they get to know what food is available, they get to know what the activities are for the week, so they are able to plan their time around it. It can be somewhere in the living room, it can be in the kitchen, it can be in the parents' room, it can be in the kids' room, it can be in the hallway. So the command center keeps everybody in check. It lets everyone know what they are about, and it helps everyone to schedule their routine or their activities around the command center or around the family's activities, and no one is asking what are we doing on Wednesday or what is happening on this day. Everything is listed in one particular area so that when you see it, you know that this is what has to be run, so that you don't end up going back and forth to mommy, or they don't end up coming back to you all the time asking you what is up for this day or what are we doing here or what is happening. Hack number 2 is to do a weekly meal prep. I cannot stress this enough. If you are not meal prepping, you are really doing yourself a lot of harm. Meal prepping is very, very essential. It saves time, it saves money, and it keeps the entire family in check. Meal prepping helps to simplify your market list or your grocery list, and it also ensures that you have healthy meals to eat all the time. You can have an app on your phone that is going to show all the meals that you are going to be having during the week. You just sit down with your husband or with your kids, and then you can all map out what you typically eat on Monday, Thursday, Saturday. It's very, very common with almost every family to find particular meals being eaten on particular days. For my family, for instance, Sundays we mostly do a lot of soups. So we take the fufu and the light soup. Saturdays, sometimes we do fresh foods like fresh pepper with banku. Most of the time on Wednesdays, you might have some yam chips or some jollof rice. Mondays are mostly easy because you're recovering from the weekend. So there are mostly some staple foods that you might have in your family. So you can list those ones down. And on the other days where you do not have staple foods, then you can sit down with your spouse or with your children and you can brainstorm what meals you would like to prepare or have during those days of the week. Hack number 3 is to have a 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes speed cleaning. Speed cleaning is very, very essential. This helps you cut back on screen time. You are not on your phone during that time. You know that you have 30 minutes to clean the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom. Schedule particular areas in the house where you're going to be cleaning in the next 30 minutes. And what I usually do to help me is that I get my AirPods on. During that time, I am listening to a sermon, I'm listening to a pep talk, I'm listening to something that keeps me motivated and on my goal. You can also have some of your favorite music playing in the background, either in your AirPods or either through the television. It's just playing in the background to motivate you or ginger you to be able to do all that you need to do. Within that 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you are not stopping to do anything. You are not checking your phone for no Instagram posts. You're not going on TikTok. You are not answering any emails. You're not answering any calls. You are just doing what you need to do within that 15 or 30 minutes speed cleaning. Another way to also make the speed cleaning very fun, especially if you want to do it on a weekend, you can involve the entire family, or you can involve the kids if your spouse is not around. So with this, you are going to have your kids know that in 30 minutes we are cleaning up this entire place. You set a timer and then they all get to it. This works very well for me and my kids, especially weekdays when they have to clean up before they go to bed. I say we are cleaning up this place in 15 minutes, and then I tell either my eldest or my second born to tell Alexa to set a timer for 15 minutes. So when the 15 minutes starts, we are all on our toes, picking up the cushions, picking up the toys, picking up things here and then putting them where they are supposed to be. And my kids love it because it gets them so energized. They want to beat the timer. They always want to finish before the time runs out, and not just finish before the time runs out. They want to ensure that they have done a beautiful job or a very, very clean job before the time runs out. So if you have your family available, your kids available during the weekdays or the weekends, you can involve them in this break or 15 minutes or 30 minutes of speed cleaning, clean so you can get everywhere together. This is going to give you time yourself to not do everything by yourself, and also ensure that the home is kept clean, or the home is cleaned up within the shortest possible time. Number 4, declutter with the 1 in, 1 out rule. With this rule, when you get one new thing into your home, you take out one old thing. So if you have something in your house for a very long time and you get something new, and you get a new set of clothes, if you have some clothes that you haven't worn in the past 2-3 years, you are not going to wear it. Get it out. Give it to somebody else who would appreciate it. If you have a shoe you haven't worn, once you get a new shoe, you take out the old one. If you get new beddings, take out the old one. So any new thing you get into the house, give out the old one. There's this saying that I grew up with in my family, is that once you are holding on to something, there is no way you can receive something else. So if you want to get something new, you have to let go of what's already in your hand. So if you're holding on to old things because of sentiment, because of memories and all that, and it's not really helping you, it's going to be very hard. But there'll definitely be 1 or 2 things that you can't give away or let go of, and then you get something else in order to have something else, and also reduce the amount of clutter you would have in your space. Another hack that I found very useful is to have specific days for doing your laundry. I think doing laundry once a week is a recipe for disaster, especially if you have kids that are still going to school. Or maybe you are going to make that extra effort and buy extra clothes for them, extra uniforms, extra t-shirts. If your kids' school has specific clothes they wear on specific days, maybe you want to buy 2 or 3 extra, because if you are doing laundry once a week, that should be the alternative that you have. Have extra clothes or extra uniforms your kids will need, so that you can do your laundry once a week. But if it works for you, let me know in the comment section. But for me and a couple of moms I've spoken to, doing laundry once a week doesn't work for us. We do 2 times in a week, or max 3 times in a week, because sometimes things happen. So specific days in the week we are going to be doing your laundry, and also involve your kids in doing laundry. Teach them or involve them in sorting out their clothes. Involve them in getting out their clothes to the laundry or to the washing area. Somebody can help to sort out the blacks, someone sorts out the whites, whilst you do the color, someone is sorting out the socks, all that. That is going to cut down time for you. So you have specific, clearly labeled bins. So 1 basket or 1 bin is for socks, 1 is for blacks, 1 is for whites, 1 is for colored. So they know where they have to put what is, so that if it's time to wash, all you need to do is just grab the basket, and then it's inside the washing machine, and you are good to go. Practice quick and easy cleaning routines. With this, you are cleaning whilst you are on the go. While dinner is being prepared, you can be washing the dishes. Once you are done with the blender, you wash it. If you are waiting to pile everything, unless of course you have that extra assistance or extra help in the house, if you're waiting to pile up everything, it's probably not going to work for you. So whilst you are doing other things, be cleaning on the go. Little bursts of cleaning throughout the day will leave the home spotless at the end of the day. But if you want to leave everything to the end of the day before you clean up, you're probably going to be too exhausted to do that, or you're going to be too exhausted to do that and do that very well. Modern problems need modern solutions. There are so many apps available to help with budgeting, with grocery lists, with meal planning, with keeping up with your appointments. Go onto your app store or your Play Store, find different apps you can be using to help with your budgeting, to help keeping important documents, to help with your scheduling and with your appointments, with your grocery list. There are so many at your disposal. Just go onto the Play Store or App Store. You can even go onto Google and type most used app or most recommended apps for budgeting, most recommended apps for grocery lists, most recommended apps for meal planning. You're going to be getting so many options. Find the one that is user friendly, that works very well for you, and use it so that you can cut back on keeping a lot of things in your mind and having so much to do and having to keep up with so much. The apps are going to do the work for you. If you have the space in your home, create specific zones in your home for specific activities. For my place, by the grace of God, we are fortunate to have a space enough to help us have specific areas in our house for specific things. So we have the kids' play area, we have their study area, we have place where they keep their toys, even though they still keep their toys all over the house. Even though they prefer doing their homework on the dining table. Well, that is more for me, because sometimes they do their homework whilst I'm in the kitchen, and it's easy for me to move from the kitchen and also watch what they are doing, multitasking. So, but if you have the advantage or the opportunity to just find different spaces in the house for different things, place where they are going to play, where they can have their games, either their board games, their video games, places where they can study, places where they can keep their shoes, so they know that, okay, this rack is for this child, this rack is for that child, and they know where they have to go keep their shoes, they know where to keep their bags, they know where to go to when they have to play. It's even easier when it comes to cleaning. So you can tell kid A that it is your time to clean the PlayStation area, or it's your time to clean the board game area, if your kids are at that age where it's easy for you to give them those tasks. So if you have the space and you have the ability to make use of the different spaces in your house with the kids involved, so that it is easier for you to just move around things and get things done in the home. Hack number 9 is a very, very important hack, but I struggle with this myself, which is delegating and involving everybody in the house with house chores. I'm yet to find it in scripture where it says there is a special place in heaven, probably beside, Jesus' throne, for every woman that did all the work by herself. But truth be told, when you're not available to do all those things, a replacement will be made. There will definitely be a way for those tasks to be done without you. You cannot do all by yourself. There is no reward anywhere for a stressed out, tired, later on becoming a bitter woman in life. Delegate age appropriate tasks to your kids and also involve your partner. And the last but not the least, self-care must be a priority. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. Taking care of yourself is actually needed. You need to take care of yourself to be able to take care of the family. Now I'm not at home, I'm at a staycation, and I've taken a few hours to still work because it is very necessary for my channel and also to grow my community. But when you have the opportunity to just relax, sleep, go for a spa day, go get a pedicure done, go get a massage done, go get your hair done, it's very, very necessary. That extra 2 hours to yourself can help you reset your mind and can help you feel more relaxed to do the work that you actually have to do for the family when you get home. You recharge, you are better equipped to take care of the task that you have ahead of you. These 10 hacks can really help you manage your home and your life more efficiently. If you do employ any of them in running your home in the coming days ahead, let me know what are some of the routines or hacks that have been helping you run your home smoothly. Leave it in the comment section. Anybody can learn from it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a good thumbs up. If you have any question, any comments, please do leave it in the comment section. We are all going to learn. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember that every day is a puzzle piece to working in purpose. Keep shining, keep thriving, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.